My name is Liz Morris, and my topic is how to critique a work of art. Art criticism can be used for two things: to judge your own artwork or someone else's. Art critiquing is when you interpret or value a work of art through a process of gathering clues and information by observation and then analyzing them to find out the work's meaning. Many people don't appreciate artwork simply because they don't know how. They aren't sure what to look for, thus get bored or frustrated and give up. At the end of this, you should know how to better appreciate artwork, and hopefully visiting a museum will become more enjoyable. Many people wonder why it is so important to critique artwork, but there is an easy answer. At the end of the process, you want to try and understand the work of art and to find out what it means to you. These conclusions expand the mind. They expand a person's perspective on the world around them and brings into question people's choices, outlooks, and moral beliefs. Even if a critique is for personal knowledge, it allows them to study their own reactions to art. Through those reactions, they can then examine themselves, and through examining themselves, they can try to better understand humanity. You may ask yourself if critiquing art is a difficult task, but it is easier than some might think. In an interview with the art teacher at Statesboro High School, Mr. Bunyan Morris, he said that his students are often afraid to critique art because they're afraid that there is a right or wrong answer. But by going through the process, they can come to their own conclusions and decide what they think that the artist is trying to say, and also to help them determine if the art of work is successful, whether it is their own or someone else's work. Simply put, art criticism is just a system to follow, a mental checklist if you will, and it is compiled of 4 steps. The 4 steps are as follows: describe, analyze, interpret, and evaluate. These steps can be applied whether you're making art or viewing it. In this case, we will be viewing a piece of art entitled Red, White, and Blue by Georgia O'Keeffe. The first step is to describe what you see. List everything you see in the work: the colors, the objects, the lines, and any other elements you might see. Notice what type of medium or media were used. The term medium means a material used to make art, such as paint, pencils, clay, etc. Media is the plural term for medium. Second, analyze the work. Ask yourself the following questions and answer them accordingly. How is the work organized? For example, is there any symmetry or balance? How are the elements of art, such as color, shape, line, texture, space, form, or value, used in this artwork? What grabs your attention in the work? You can refer to your first impression for that question. Did you notice any relationship to the things you listed during the description stage? The third step is to interpret the artwork. This is when you try to figure out what the artwork is about. Remember, there are no right or wrong answers. Compare your perspectives and experiences with what evidence you found in the artwork. The work could be about color, their subject matter, and social or cultural issues. Some more questions to ask yourself are: what is the work about? Or what do you think it means? Why do you think the artist created this work? What is the subject of the work? What moods or emotions does the artwork communicate to you? Finally, the fourth step is to evaluate. You will reflect on all the information you have gathered as well as your own interpretations, finally drawing a conclusion about the piece. The piece either spoke to you somehow or not at all, but at least you have taken the time to appreciate it. This is called an aesthetic experience, when you've kind of had an aha moment, when you've become connected to the artist intellectually or emotionally. The artist has spoken to you and you've responded. It is not like the emotion that you feel at the conclusion of a good book, song, or film. Try visiting a museum sometime soon and look at a piece of art and study it by using the 4 steps and see what you can come up with. Good luck and thank you.